You rename a carrier or a battleship. Don't know if you can. You probably can. If I could click on individual ships, that is. Navy you definitely can. I'd be surprised if you can't, though. Nope. Not sure you can. You must be able to, because you can get the stats about individual ships. Oh, here we go. Larsman, aircraft carrier. There you go. Right, the other thing I need to do is rename armies, but we'll do that when I actually have armies to deploy, because right now they're just kind of holders. Oh, we have a bunch of troops that are trained. You guys are still training. Okay. And how are we doing for equipment? Deficit is being overcome slowly but surely. And we can almost certainly go up to speed 5. Because I'm basically just waiting for things to get built and to finish focuses and things. So there we go. Huzzah! Hammer Lord, Load. Thank you very much for the follow. For the subscription even. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Maudlings. I will add you to my list right now. Sorry for the crunch of paper there in the background. Hammer Lord. Added. Remilitarization of the Rhineland. So Germany is already gearing up for stuff and things. What you need are bicycles and plenty of them. Well, you know, it's my Dutch heritage, so I probably should. Pretty good. Managed to get the HRA now crawling into Brandenburg's corpse. The Teutons crawling into Brandenburg's corpse. Utari. Hate to say it, Mordred, but the Japanese flag is still wrong. How so? Do non-subscribers get to have subs named after them since they're so useless? You know what? Sure. If you're a non-subscriber and not a patron, put your name in chat if you want to have a submarine named after you. And we'll see who the last man standing is. Do I have a plan to do anything different? Am I going historical? I'm going to go after the Soviet Union. Mr. Hitler's causing problems again. Yeah. Subs for the non-subs. There you go. That's what this policy is called. Subs for the non-subs. Well, you two for a start can merge up. Which I hope you're going to do. Are you mergerooning? Yes, you are. Am I building any other submarines? I'll do the subs for subs in just a second. Am I building subs? No. Good. So these guys should all be joining the Neon Navy. And we'll finish building those ships. Ooh, getting another carrier. Nice. So I want to go to you, rename your name. You're going to be the non-subs. And then, do I have any tier 2s? I have one single tier 2 submarine. So that is the most likely to survive. So Grugelkin, you were the... Well, actually Faroese Asgard technically would be the first. If you're waving whatever that is, was asking for a name. Instead of Rue 34, it's going to be Faroese Asgard. Then Grugelkin. This is amusing. Subs for non-subs. I like it. And then F male Ward. And Demon Blackfire. Sorry, you didn't get dibs on the best one. bloody fly flying around. One of these days I'll get him. It's scrolling. Valinorian. Like so, and then monster. I'm just going to call you monster. It's easier to type. Then Isdar, do you want one? Huzzah for Larsman. Huzzah for Mordred handing out ship names. Thank you, Larsman. I very much appreciate the support there. Thank you. Sketchies. In before the submarines are the only ones that survive. I don't know. I'm fairly good at controlling other navies. Submarines, not so much. Rise Against. This is hilarious. Lord Silverrose. Remember to build Kitakami class torpedo cruisers. Are they one of the available types? In fact, Silverrose, you're a subscriber. Damn it. You're a subscriber, not a sub. So you may get an army. In fact, I might... No, I'm not going to spend all the time going through all the subscribers. Rook White Fang. Like my tea. Hey, do you want a ship named after you? Yeah, sure. I'll give you a proper ship. You can have one of the other carriers. So if there's any subscriber or patron on now that wants a ship named after them, let me know. Just say that you're a sub, please. So I remember. Right, so you're going to be... like my tea. Oh, I'm going to have to find your name on here. You guys are making me do admin. Like. Like. Where are you? Larsman's already got one. Okay, like my tea. Oops, that's not it. That one. You have a carrier. Big Cromwell. Should really have a tank named after you. I'm not going to name a tank after you though. Big Cromwell. Grugelkind, Demon Blackfire. Stalin. You'll take a sub, okay. So speak up now, because I'm not going to go through and do this again, because I want to actually play the game. Who was that? That was Rabid Turtle. Oh, you're a subscriber. Do you want a proper ship? I'll give you a proper ship. As you're a patron sub, can you have a battleship? Yes, you can. Name's supposed to be Field Marshal Elwood. Ah, okay. Yeah, I would have seen that F Mailward or something. But okay, Field Marshal Elwood. I'm not going to remember that. Balin Stalin, yes you can. Not Wallen. Balin Stalin. Shouldn't we be destroyers instead of subs? No. Non-subs get a sub. Right, let's go and do some of the subscriber ones. Neon Navy. Who was it that wanted a battleship? This is actually one of the new ones. This stands a high chance of surviving. That's going to be 94th minute. There's someone I'm missing. I know I am. Rabbit Turtle. You can have the final aircraft carrier. Utopia Rocker. You can have a battleship. Whoops. Requin. Also a battleship. That's the last of the modern ones. For the moment. 94th minute. Done you already. Silver Rose. I gave you one. I don't think I gave you one, did I? No. Lord Silv Rose. Blackfire, James Cam. Cam, you can have a ship. You get a Nagato. James Cam. Isdar. You don't have a submarine, do you? Do you have a submarine? I don't remember. Do you have a sub? Isdar does not have a sub. Isdar can have a sub. Actually, considering the submarines are called I something anyway, I'm going to be very amusing. I'm going to call this the Isdar. There you go. See? See what I did there? Yeah, I'm funny. You're not a sub. It says Twitch Prime, or is that you're a Twitch Prime to someone else? I don't know. I can't be bothered to change it now. Cam, you've already got a battleship, don't you? I'm falling behind a bit. Yeah, I gave you a battleship. You're a carrier. Fanro. Fanro, you get a battleship. I think once I'm out of battleships, then we're going to stop, because I don't want to do this all evening. Fanro. Requin, Bolin Starlin, James Cam, like my tea. It's what makes your channel great. You like the backstories and keeps your audience interested in stuff like naming ships after them. So thank you. Well, you're welcome. And it's what I enjoy doing, so it's all good. The pinnacle of dry British humour. Please don't do it again. No promises. Alright, so there we go. Ships have been named. We are now ably supported by the carrier Larsman, Like My Tea, Rabid, Turtle, the battleships 94th Minute, Utopia Rocker, Requin, Lord Silverrose, James Cam, Fanro, as well as the fair non-submarines, Faroese Asgard, Grugelkin, Field Marshal Aylward, Demon Blackfire, Valinorian, Monster, Sketchies, Rise Against, Rook White Fang, Big Cromwell, Bolin Starlin, and the Isdar. And Mr. David Goldberg, thank you very much for the follow. Right, where were we? We were just going ahead with straight normal stuff. Trying to train armies. That was it. You guys are still training. Right, so if we're going to go after the Soviet Union, I probably want to time that for when they get the purges. So I can kick off against them with the decision. Which is up here, test the Soviets. I could also prioritize. Oh no, that's cancel the prioritizing steel, which I don't want to do. We're still getting some political power, which is good. And shower restoration is hereby complete. Right, did I even read these? No, I didn't. A new faction has appeared, intent on taking control of the government and strike north into the Soviet Union. For the sake of the Emperor and the Empire's future, we must ensure the faction prevails. In shower restoration, the time for the figureheads is long past, and the Emperor himself must take direct control of the state. Only then will our empire be able to stand against the Western imperialists. Prepare for war with the Soviet Union, which gives me bonus research for land doctrines, adds infrastructure. Oh yeah, infrastructure in those horrible, horrible low infrastructure areas. That sounds really good to me. I'm not going to go after the Chinese immediately, no. Okay, a bunch of you guys are done. And you're done. Now, if I had the guns spare, what I'd really like to do is upgrade these garrison guys to actual frontline, top of the range killiness. Soviets are definitely entrenching that border. Unfortunately, I can't expect the Germans to get involved for a while. We no longer get the effects of military purges. I didn't even know what they were. Oopsie. And we're going to get some more research going. So I don't have the research penalties anymore. So we will actually be able to keep up with the Western powers, with the exception of the fact that we're on elite. If I don't go against the Chinese, can you still get them on the side of the focus? I think I can basically just build it up so they don't attack me. Or are less likely to attack me. London Naval Treaty gives me plus 5% factory output, minus 25% dockyard. Ooh, that's smart. Where'd it go? That's no fair. Flies can't hide behind microphones. No, he's gone. Damn it. I will get him. Italy took one state. Ethiopia was our next. Okay. Spanish Civil War. Unfortunately, I'm non-aligned now, so I cannot get involved, as far as I'm aware. Because I would love to get some experience. Send volunteers. Requires 40% world tension. Of which there is currently 6. We have a lot of war support and a lot of stability, so we should be able to kick ass and take names. Let's go and send you to that. You, and you to that. So we're using up less and less equipment as well as we shift our forces to the we've been trained. Gotcha. I think. Actually, I don't think I did. Eh. There is a bug where volunteers are transferred to the receiving nation and don't get them back. Really? Am I thinking of developing tanks? For fighting against the Soviets? Probably, and they'll probably be meaty. Actually, what companies do we have? Not that it really matters. Tank designer. Armor reliable. That's a terrible... Even as bad as these usually are, that's a terrible one. That's not bad. Torpedo attack plus 25% for screen. So we'd be really good at killing... capital ships and kind of terrible against everything else. Or the max range. Now I'll probably go for the Korean Naval Arsenal. That actually sounds pretty decent. Air Force. Agility and max speed. That's a really nice combo. Range and reliability. Also not bad. Regular fighter range. Interesting. And tactical bomber range. It's going to be either Mitsubishi or Aichi. Material development, irrelevant. Industrial, irrelevant. Theorist, possibly relevant, depending on what we do. We have a Genius Army Drill. Completed Focus Army Expansion. Division training time minus 15%. And you're my genius? Really? Yeah. Decisive Battle Expert. That's probably what we'll go for. Army Logistics, always a good choice. Expert Infantry, also good, considering how much of your army tends to be infantry. Genius Air Combat Training, 8th generation. Non-subfleet advises investment into the bicycle units. They have great speed. That's not a bad idea. The glorious Nippon bike regiments will not stop until Moscow trembles beneath us. That's the sort of genius I'd expect in the Soviet Union. And in the Soviet Union, it might actually be useful. Because just putting boots on the ground is kind of important for them. For Japan, less so. I mean, they still want big armies, but less so. The Stalin Constitution. When are you going to start the purges? Because I don't really want to go after you until you purge. Prepare for war with the Soviets. Alright, so... Oh, I can still do these. So I can challenge the Zaibatsus, which gives us reduction in stability but increase in civilian, military and dockyard construction. Gives us political power cost reduction. And that does lead to more industry and more research. And would also allow us to just switch to war economy. Ooh. Ooh. France, US, UK. Gains opinion. Ah, here we go. Non-aggression pact with China. I don't know. Is it likely China is going to attack us? If you do the border conflict decision and win the fight, you get a land doctrine and armor research bonus. What, with the Soviets? I like the idea of getting some more civilian factories, so I think we're going to go ahead and do that one. I want to wait until our entire army is trained, and then we'll start like assigning positions and leaders and armies and things like that. Okay, cool. Actually, what doctrine are we? Because that's something else we should probably start training. Grand Battle Plan. It's been kind of severely nerfed, though. Max Planning is nowhere near as good as it used to be. Mass Assault is now kind of ridiculous. I haven't really looked at the others. These don't seem to have changed much. By much, I mean at all. No, I don't think these have changed at all. So, infantry support and motorized, artillery support and line. So you basically get plus 10% soft attack from that. On this side, tanks and armor get soft attack. Okay, so this is more mechanized, this is more infantry and artillery. Interesting, interesting. That has changed slightly. Breakthrough, planning speed, division speed, organization loss while moving, pretty decent. Plus 15 organization, that's always been ridiculous. Mobile infantry. Max speed. I feel like that hasn't changed. Yeah, plus 15 organization for mechanized means it just won't break. Plus 20 breakthrough for tanks. I still kind of prefer that line, because you want to support your tanks with mechanized, and that makes your mechanized ridiculous. I don't think these have changed very much. Assault, organization, bit more max planning, organization, breakthrough, more max planning. Except the way that they've changed how planning works. So if you manually tell your troops where to attack, they lose planning like no tomorrow. It just goes down so quickly. So it's kind of less prudent to go max planning for that reason. Go infiltration. Public service reminder. Remember to change your clocks tonight if European. Yes. It's like 2 AM, isn't it? China poses no threat to the non-sub fleet. We welcome the challenge. You'll probably get stunk by the Chinese still, knowing how good submarines are. Mordred should build up Manchu with focuses. It makes them less autonomous. Yes, I know. I'm working towards that. Artillery has also been nerfed, so superior firepower isn't as good. Go mechanized. It really depends on whether we get the resources. We are attacking Siberia, so actually, we might. We get chromium, which is good for heavy tanks. We get steel, which is good for everything. We get a little bit of tungsten, which is good for mediums, although we do actually get a decent amount of tungsten ourselves. What is our output like? Good tungsten, good steel, good chromium. Terrible oil, terrible rubber. So we're going to need to research synthetic, for sure. Aluminium is going to be a problem, so aircraft is not something we can rely on. To an extent. And although we do get some aluminium over there once we reach, like, northern Mongolia. Like north of northern Mongolia. That's a lot of tungsten. I'm thinking medium tank divisions. So we might well want to go mech warfare. Medium tanks and mechanized. What do mechanized cost? I don't remember because I don't use them very often. Rubber, oil, and steel. So yeah, I'm going to have to get synthetic factories. In fact, I think... Oh, we start with them. I was going to say we may as well start getting that now, but maybe not. Well, in that case, we're going to start constructing those. One in Kyoto, one there. And then Chongsu and Tokai. Oops, other way around. So Kanto is building one already. Kansai building one already. Infrastructure, then the factory, infrastructure. Oh, it's Kyushu. Where's Kyushu? There. Oh, does it have one already? No, it just has no building slots. Okay. Cool. Oh, and industry. So we could research oil. No, we can't. It's too far ahead of time. We can't actually get mechanized until then. How's our medium tank research? I think we're going to get the Hargo. We're not going to be relying very heavily on artillery because I'd rather the tungsten goes to tanks instead. So yeah, we may as well start researching mobile warfare instead. And hopefully we can just blitz down the Soviets. We'll see if that works. Okay, so the Japanese garrison army is ready. I think I might shift a lot of the garrison forces to guarding Japan itself. And then send the regular forces to the Soviet border. I assume the Allies will still trade oil if they're at war with the Soviet Union. That's true. If I'm not going to be joining the fascists, I can still trade with the Dutch East Indies. And have virtually uninterrupted oil and rubber supplies, though I still need the civilian factories to buy that stuff. Blitzkrieg Moscow through Siberia, what could possibly go wrong? Well, it's really the Siberian resources I'm after. There is a non-aggression pact with China. I think I'm even getting it. No. It's right there, though. Imperial arsenals, what's that give me? Ooh, even more military factories. I'd like to get this one, though. So I can just get that free war economy, like, now. It works for the Mongols. Alright, so as soon as these guys are trained, which they now are, okay, it's time to sort out the armies. So first of all, let's split out all of the guys who are not very good at fighting. I might upgrade some of them, because we should start producing a surplus now that we're not training soon. I'm going to split out the tank units.